Hello and welcome. In this video, we'll create a Jeopardy style game presentation. Our main focus is to use the slide master. A slide master is a group of layouts that contains the master layout and several slide layouts. For each Jeopardy category, we'll use a separate slide master. By doing this, we'll avoid repetition. Any slides that we create for a given category, the repeated content we'll put in the slide master. Let's go ahead and get started. First, I'll go ahead and create the introductory slide and the table with the categories and dollar amounts. And we don't need these elements, so we'll just put a table in its place and then position it, size the table, do some color formatting, add the grid, and then let's go ahead and add our categories. Next, we also need the dollar amounts. And let's copy those dollar amounts to the other columns. And let's go ahead and line these up so that these are centered horizontally and vertically. And I'm also going to go ahead and make these a little bit larger font. Okay, so that looks like a pretty good starting point for our table. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 slide masters. Okay. And to start the slide master, we go to the view menu and under the master choose slide master, or we can use the view button at the bottom left. If you hold down the shift key, the view changes from normal to slide master. So when I click that, I'm in the slide master view. Now on the left here is what we are calling the slide master. There's the master layout and then several slide layouts below that. We don't need all of these, and to reduce the clutter, I'm going to go ahead and delete some of these that we don't need. Okay, so this should be sufficient. The main one that we're interested in is the content slide, which is this one here. So for the content slide, first I'm going to remove these placeholders. And we'll add the title. And do some formatting on that. So let's make it a little bit larger font. And we'll take this text box, make it larger. Next, we also need the answer or the placeholder for the answer. So for the answer, we won't create a text box, we'll create a placeholder on the slide master tab. Under insert placeholder, we'll choose text. Okay. And then we can size that. And I'm going to insert a text box here at the top that says answer, and then we'll move this. Okay. And we also need the one for the question, which will be hidden. Let's go and create that next. And then we need the placeholder for our question. Okay, let's now add the back button. We'll just take the back arrow and then draw an arrow near the bottom left. I should do it, and now it's going to label it back. This back button should take us to the table, so we need to create this as a link, hyperlink to the second slide. Okay, to do that, we go here to the slideshow, action, hyperlink to a slide, and that's slide number 2, and OK, and OK. All right, so this is a hyperlink. Now we also need an animation for the question. Okay, we're going to keep it hidden, and it will show up when we click. So here under animations, we'll just use the fly in. Okay. Now we have our first slide master ready. So we need 5 more, and we can duplicate those from this one. Okay. So let's also go and rename our first slide master to the first category. So on the slide master here, we click rename, and we'll call it the system unit. All right, so by selecting the master slide layout, we can use, on the insert menu, choose the duplicate slide master. So that will take exactly what we have here and then create a new one that looks just like this. So that'll be a good starting point for our second slide master. I'm actually going to use our keyboard shortcut, so Shift Command D. And we'll rename it to input and output. And then we will change the title. Select the master and duplicate. First we need to rename. This one is secondary storage. Then change the title. Duplicate. I'm going to rename it first. This one is going to be communication and networks. Rename this one to privacy and security. Change the title. And our last one, databases. All right, so we have our 6 slide masters. So we're going to close this. And when we create a new slide, now we have options here that are labeled the system unit, input and output, secondary storage, so all of the categories. And there is a content slide that goes with it, and you can see that the content slide looks just like we want it to look. So as we create these 5 slides for the system unit, we will choose the content slide under system unit. And I'm going to go ahead and duplicate or add more of these slides here. Okay. So this is the system unit. So we need 5 of them. So we got 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. So the next one we need is the input and output. So we'll click on input and output. Okay. So we've got 2 of those, and we need, there's 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so we can continue to add the other categories. There's secondary storage. So this way we can continue to add the other slides, and then when it's time to add the content, we go back to our slides and just add the question. Now we also need to hyperlink the dollar amounts to the individual slides, and that should be fairly easy. If we click the dollar amount and then change the action setting to go to slide number 3, and there, and then the formatting for our hyperlinks can be changed here. All right, so that looks a little better. So this way you can proceed through all of the slides and link all of these numbers to the appropriate slides. Now, as the category names change, all you need to do is go back to the slide master and choose the appropriate content slide. And just to demonstrate, I'm going to make a small change here. Instead of calling it the system unit, we'll call it system unit. And when we go back to our presentation, you see that all of our slides that were based on that first slide master have been updated. So you can see how the slide master simplifies creation of presentations where you have groups and each group shares some content. Thank you for listening.